come in, sir?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Abhinav. Please sit down.
Yes, sir.
Take 2 minutes and introduce yourself.
Sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Abhinav Siwach. I was born and brought up in Hisar district of Haryana. I have done my graduation with BTech in Electronics and Communications Engineering from Delhi College of Engineering, which is now Delhi Technological University. Post that, I have done MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta. Post that, I have worked firstly as a management consultant with Alvarez and Marshall, and then, sir, I have worked as an investment banker with Ambit Capital. After that, I worked as a Nayab Tehsildar also in the Department of Revenue with the Government of Haryana. And currently, I am in Danik's service. I am an SDM under trainee with the South Delhi district.
Abhinav, what are the companies which are the gainers in Corona time period?
Ma'am, the companies which were operating in the contactless sectors such as IT, ITES, or e-commerce operators, or other aggregators which were providing services such as Ola, Uber. So these are some of the companies which have benefited from the work from home or from the impetus that has been provided to having services at the doorstep or services through home delivery.
And who were the losers?
Ma'am, the companies which were operating in the contact intensive sectors were the losers. The manufacturing firms or pharmaceutical players to some extent, or segments such as hotels, breweries, eateries, restaurants, because of the lockdown that was imposed.
Okay. So what is the model for a sustainable business?
Ma'am, firstly, one should have an assessment of the industry that the company is operating in, and one should know the growth of the industry, how the industry is expected to grow, and what would be the externalities. Say COVID was one such externalities, and other externalities, geopolitical stability or changes in social structure of the society or change in market preferences. Secondly, ma'am, after having a look at the industry, one should look at the company's own unique selling proposition, that what is the company playing on in the market. Is it offering premium products? Is it having a different product, or is it providing a low cost product? So which segment the company itself is operating in. Then thirdly, the company should also look at how is it optimizing its own organizational structure, operating costs, and how is it heralding those products or services through its own organization. And fourthly, ma'am, a company or a corporate should continuously update its vision and mission so as to ensure that the changes in the society or economic changes are taken care of.
Okay, what do you think are the future sectors of economy worldwide, not only in India?
Ma'am, firstly, I believe that there would be continued and sustained impetus in the information technology and IT enabled services. That is one of the sectors which is poised to grow. Secondly, ma'am, wearables and pharmaceuticals is another sector which is poised to have growth in the coming years. Thirdly, ma'am, aggregators in different segments such as food aggregators, travel aggregators, restaurant aggregators. They are also some of the players which would have growth.
Okay, my last question. You are from Hisar.
Ma'am.
Just consider that portion of Haryana, not the NCR one.
Ma'am.
Which that portion of Haryana can be cater to which sector of the economy best, apart from agriculture?
Ma'am, firstly, there can be auto parts and industrial components that can be developed, because ma'am, NCR has auto companies operating, and auto companies and industrial players.
Okay, so automobile.
Automobile and the parts of automobile,
also.
Switch gears and others, they can be
this is one.
To. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, currently we have iron and steel plant also, Jindal Steelworks in Hisar. So that is also another sector, and the ancillary products such as mint making and other products that are currently being made. That is another sector which can be there. And then thirdly, services sector is also taking up. So Ola, Uber, or Swiggy, Zomato, these are some of the sectors that can be developed.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
First thing I would like to ask you,
Sir.
You studied sociology, right?
Sir.
You are from Haryana.
Sir.
Give me one strong reason that why is it so that society in Haryana is inward looking, conservative, traditional, and the bordering state Punjab is outward looking, very flary and colorful. Why is it so much difference in the culture, way of life between Haryana and Punjab?
Sir, firstly, there are certain institutions in Haryana which have made the society inward looking to some extent. And Sir, KHAP is one such institution which has led to village patriotism and village solidarity. But to some extent, it has also led to certain headwinds for some progressive decisions and progressive steps. Secondly, Sir, the
Sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm happy.
Sir.
The way you are analyzing, I'm happy.
Sir.
But I would like to suggest you agree, disagree, your choice. I would say that people in Haryana are still based on livestock.
Sir.
They do their agriculture. But Punjab had been seat of green revolution.
Yes, sir.
So Punjab agriculture is highly mechanized. They can afford to leave their machine and go abroad, go anywhere. But in Haryana, people are so much fond of farming, and that too based on livestock. They can't afford to come to even Delhi, leaving their livestock at the mercy of neighbors. That made them stuck up completely in Haryana. Is it one of the very strong reasons?
Sir, yes, sir. The limited mechanization of agriculture in Haryana.
Very nice, Abhinav. Second thing I would like to, once again from sociology,
Sir.
Why is it so that insurgents in Northeast and Naxals in Central India, they are much more influenced by violent ideology of Maoist and Marxist. Power flows from the barrel of gun. They are not getting influenced by ideology of Nehru or Gandhi. Why is it so? They have strong influence of trans-border ideology than inside ideology. What do you think? Just 1-2 line I would like to hear.
Sir, relative deprivation and the limited efficiency of the state in providing up for the alienation and relative deprivation that they've suffered has led them to think that some other alternate ideology.
Sorry, again I'm interrupting you.
Sir.
Deprivation is everywhere in India.
Yes, sir.
Why these youth especially got after deprivation, they opted for that violent ideology, I'm sorry. Why?
Sir, the limited efficiency of the state in fulfilling or in covering up for the relative deprivation through the instrumentalities of the state has made them cling to some other ideologies to think that that could
be very
the...
nice. Especially if I say that military operation, police operations against the tribals,
yes, sir.
Without addressing the root cause,
sir.
That led to resentment, agitation, violence. That's a major cause. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Violence and atrocities to some extent on tribals. Or...
Very nice. Last, Lee Suicide. Have you read Lee Suicide by Durkheim?
Sir, I have not read the book per se, but I have read the interpretation of the book.
Interpretation.
That is available.
What he says about suicide, people committing suicide.
Sir, 𝐸𝐼 Durkheim says that suicide is of 4 types and it depends on the suicidogenic currents or suicidogenic tendencies in the society. There are different forces, integration forces.
Very nice. So, in which category you will place the boy who committed suicide in IIT Mumbai?
Sir, that is anomic. That if we have to place that within the framework of Durkheim, that would be anomic suicide, where the individual was not able to integrate with the culture and way of life of the institute, and that made him take recourse to.
And farmers?
Sir, farmers are. Farmers also to some extent anomic suicide because of the fluctuations in prices and the distress that they face.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
You are working in the next.
Yes, sir. Yes,
it
sir.
means well aware of the Delhi news.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the last 1 week or including yesterday or today.
Yes, sir.
Which news are attracting your attention?
So, firstly, there is a demolition in Laddasarai village in Mehrauli that has been stopped by the Honourable LG 2 days before. That was one news, sir, which was going.
But who ordered for demolition?
Sir, it was the DDA, and the Honourable LG is the chairman of DDA. So the DDA only had ordered for the demolition. DDA was conducting the demolition.
Okay, let's focus on this.
Sir.
Every now and then, 2 years back, that was in Mukherjee Nagar demolition.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere and some other parts. What is the reason for that? As a grassroots, the first officer of administration.
Sir, there are issues with respect to the revenue records and the demarcation of revenue land and other land in the area. For instance, sir, even in Ladasarai village, it is believed, investigation is going on, but it is believed that the demarcation
That
of...
must be in your area.
Yes, sir, it is in South Delhi. It is in Mehroli subdivision only, sir.
Who is DM there?
Sir, Dr. Monica Priyadarshini ma'am is
Okay.
the DM.
And how many SDM total?
Sir, 3 SDMs, Hoska, Saket and Mehroli.
Okay. Show the records.
Sir, revenue records and demarcation is issues with respect to demarcation. Certain chunks of land which were supposed to be under the possession of DDA, in demarcation they were shown to be a part of other
The issue
village.
here was the same as in the Mukherjee Nagar and some other area 3 years back.
Sir, I am not aware about the issue with Mukherjee Nagar.
Okay, so this is one. Second news.
Second, sir, the village Ladasarai, sir, there has been urbanization of villages in Delhi. Out of 350...
No, this is demolition one part.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
focusing Delhi in news.
Yes, sir.
So second.
So second is the G20 preparations are going on, sir, and beautification of Delhi, retrofitting of roads. And
Next week some G20 conference will be somewhere.
sir, 1st March there would be foreign ministers meet in Delhi. That would take place, sir.
1st March.
1st March, sir.
And no, 1st March is next week.
No, sir, it is 2 weeks away.
No, that's correct.
Yes, sir.
But G20 next week is also scheduled some meeting.
Sir, in Delhi?
You tell me.
Sir, I'm not able to recall at the
Okay,
moment.
third.
Sir.
Delhi news.
Yes, sir. Third, sir, there is a tussle between the Honourable LG and the CM, and this matter is sub judice with respect to the services as to who would control the service matters of the official posted in the NCT
What's
of
your
Delhi.
experience says so far?
Sir, though the matter is sub judice, but as per the verdicts the split verdicts given by the Honourable Supreme Court, the matter of services should remain with the Honourable LG, and to some extent the elected council of ministers
But
should
some
be able...
4 years back, Supreme Court has given that the elected representation should have power on. What about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next news.
Sir.
NGT has fined Delhi government some 6,000 crore or something
Yes, sir.
on that pollution of.
Yamuna River, sir.
Yamuna River.
Yes, sir.
What's the way out for that?
Sir, firstly, there should be interceptor canals, interceptor networks which should be created so that the untreated sewage which is disposed in Yamuna, that is taken care of. Secondly, sir, only 35% of the sewage which is treated ends up into Yamuna. So there should be more treatment of
There have been some
sewage.
important committees on that, on pollution of Yamuna
Yes, sir.
and Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Can you name some?
Sir, I am not able to recall at the
Okay,
moment.
just my last question. Sociology.
Yes, sir.
The heinous crimes are now, they are live-in relations, cutting into pieces,
Yes, sir.
everything. Especially in the Haryana, Delhi.
Yes, sir.
What will be your recommendation in society or education?
Sir, firstly, there should be enforcement and strict action should be taken if there is any such activity as per the relevant norms of Indian Penal Code and Criminal Procedure Code. Secondly, sir, the Supreme Court has also given some degree of legitimacy to live-in relationships. So the society should also start accepting live-in relationships so that individuals do not hide such relationships from the family, and such relationships are formalized, and those couples or those intending individuals are integrated into the family and into the society. And thirdly, sir, yes, there should be moral education. There should be lessons in education on empathy and how one should be considerate towards others and how... Sir.
So let us first discuss telecommunication affecting the society.
Sir.
Let the first point how the radiation is causing concern and who is controlling the radiation, mobile tower radiation.
Sir, radiation, if it is an ionizing radiation, then sir...
So first, what is the unit of which is being monitored?
Sir, I am not able to recall.
But which is the agency or government internationally and nationally which monitors the radiation?
Sir, I am not able to recall at the moment.
Okay, no problem. Then again, second social problem of this communication is tapping of telephone.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what latest rules and what is latest problems.
Sir, as per the amendment that has been made by the Honourable Government, sir, as per the Indian Telegraph Act 1885, sir, if there is a phone tapping or surveillance of phones that is to be done, it should be done only on the consent of an officer of the level of Joint Secretary or above. So,
Okay.
sir,
Okay. This one nation, one card, or
Yes,
one
sir.
nation, one ration card.
Yes, sir.
What is the technology?
Sir, there would be a EPDS machine, sir, which would have,
Okay, yes, right. Face recognition, what are the challenges?
sir, firstly, there would be false positives with respect to face recognition. So there would be errors due to which one individual might be mistaken for other. Second,
1 second, yes, second.
yes, sir. Secondly, sir, there is digital divide in India, sir. And so having reach and penetration of this technology through all the parts would be an issue. Only, sir, 14%.
Okay.
Sir.
This, what is the frequency range of solar light?
Sorry, sir, I'll read about it. Sir.
Okay. This, like you see, you have seen the disaster in Turkey.
Yes, sir.
So first thing is to establish the communication.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are the standard ways of communication in such cases?
Sir, firstly, there should be communication to the appropriate disaster management authority.
So what technology? How you will communicate? No mobile.
Yes, sir. Sir, they have those. Sorry, sir, I'll read about it. Sir.
Okay. LEO satellite.
Sir.
What's role in communication?
Sorry, sir, I'll read about it.
Which layer of atmosphere is most useful in communication?
Ionosphere, sir.
Ionosphere.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Last question.
Sir.
You tell me that suppose you don't want to use optical fiber.
Yes, sir.
No use of mobile. How you will establish a link between two cities, maybe Kanpur and Delhi?
Sir, there can be some subsea connections through fibers only. Subsea.
Fiber, I
network.
have said no.
Yes, sir. Sir, then the air bands, the communication bands in the air, they can be used for communication.
What is that?
Sir, the normal communication technology, which is based the 3G, 4G or 5G, sir, that can be used for communication.
But that again use mobile.
Yes, sir.
So that is also no.
So then wired communication, like we have.
That also no, because optical fiber I have told no.
Yes, sir.
Can you think of some terrestrial communication? Have you seen some traffic police from Noida and Greater Noida talking themselves?
So they have those gadgets, those wireless gadgets which they use.
So that one is a walkie-talkie.
Walkie-talkie, yes,
What
sir.
next?
Walkie-talkie.
Because if such distance is so high,
yes, sir.
What will be the way?
So there we can have towers, sir, to enhance the range of walkie-talkie so that the
repeaters and VHF sets.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, Abhinav. I heard you saying the abbreviation.
Yes, sir.
And I also thought of a related term called denial. Now, what is the dynamics of the abbreviation and denial? How these two things can work in a society? And what situation is more serious?
Sir, the deprivation would refer when the opportunity structure of the society is such that certain individuals, certain groups do not have access to those resources.
Right.
So denial would be when there is deliberate attempts to restrict the access to those resources to certain individuals.
But in case the authority that B is aware of the structural handicap which is causing deprivation, would that amount to denial?
Yes, sir. If there are resources available, sir, to meet the needs of those individuals or groups, and still those individuals or groups are deprived, then to some extent, sir, it would be denial if we can provide the services to them. Sir, in case...
Very good. You see, again, there are two expressions, very, very confusing, very, very close to each other. Can you differentiate corruption from dishonesty, or they are same?
Sir, they are different, sir.
They're different.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference?
So there is fine line of difference. If dishonesty is used to use public means or public facilities for personal uses or for personal gains or monetary gains or any other type of gain, then that amounts to corruption. So dishonesty can be used for other purposes also.
You're right.
Sir.
Now let me take you again to a theoretical situation.
Sir.
Yes. Since I hear you applying your sense of justice in different situations. Now, I say, all right, our problem with Pakistan has been going on for many years now. And the crux of the issue is Jammu and Kashmir. Yes. And we have not been able to find a solution. Now, if I ask you to make a suggestion which contains a reasonable and a doable solution to this problem. A reasonable and a doable.
Sir, firstly, there should be a stakeholder consultation and deliberation between the state.
No, you have to make a suggestion first.
Sir,
Because when I go for the deliberations, I need to know what should I suggest.
sir.
You get my point?
Yes.
Now,
sir.
what in your view can I go and suggest to these people? Look, this is a very reasonable thing and it is also doable. What will you suggest?
Sir, that solution should be done, say, 10 years from now, sir. Sir, after 10 years, when we have the delimitation done in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and sir, we have, say, given statehood back to them.
No, then my partner will say, sir, it is not really reasonable.
Sir.
Because you've already done things which I didn't like.
Yes, yes.
So
sir.
now you say it's a reasonable thing,
Yes, sir.
right? So they will say, sorry, sir, you have done everything that I didn't like, and now you say I have come with a very reasonable proposal.
So then,
Now
sir,
give me a reasonable proposal, which is other fellow will say it appears to be honest.
sir.
Hmm?
Sir, the solution would be that we should forget our past experiences and we should work on two fronts. One is to restore normalcy and peace and order in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and the second is to work on economic cooperation, economic development, and investment in the region. After these two objectives are met, then we can think about other purposes. So both the government should work on restoring trade, infrastructure investment, development of highways.
Any suggestion on the border, which is the bone of contention?
So currently, in the short term, sir, we should look on these purposes. With respect to border, sir, we can follow the LOC that we have, and we can mutually take steps to ensure that insurgency or infiltration across the border or terror activities are reduced.
Very good. Now, just 10 seconds.
Sir,
Can I take your proposal to the Russians and the Ukrainians also?
yes, sir.
Is it a reasonable solution there?
Yes, sir. They can think
All
about
right.
it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.